What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Something. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick unboxing slash setup slash review on the UAD Apollo Twin X Duo Thunderbolt 3 Heritage Edition. Bet you can't say that 3 times fast. Make sure if you guys like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to find out. But let's go ahead and get right into this unboxing. Some, hit the key. Alright guys, so basically I've been rocking with this bad boy right here for about a decade. It's a Steinberg UR22 interface. It was a really good interface, but unfortunately the drivers don't work on the M1 Mac, plus one of the channels is blown, and I've been using this probably for at least a decade with Art Pro Channel preamp, 2 preamp, and there's too much line noise in the preamp, so now I just can't use that preamp anymore. So since I just upgraded to an M1 Mac, I figured I might as well see what this UAD universe is all about. So I basically hit up the good people over at Sweetwater, and they had the Heritage Edition where they had a whole bunch of plugins, and then they had another deal on top of that where they were giving away like auto-tune and a bunch of other plugins. Like I think it was like $1,200 worth of plugins just with the interface. So let's go ahead and crack it open. It just came today. So you guys know Sweetwater always does a pretty good job of packing up the packages. Got the invoice, the greatest part, boom, bam, the candy from Sweetwater, you gotta love that. But boom, what do we have here? So let's go ahead and pull it out of the box. We have the interface right here in its glory. So we'll pull that bad boy out and set it on the desk. See, Sweetwater was supposed to send a Thunderbolt 3 cable though with the interface, so that's kind of frustrating because it took the interface like a week to get here. So you know what I'm saying, it had shipped back and then it came back again. So, but it's all good, I guess. This is what the interface is looking like, the case. So it's nicely sealed. So we'll go ahead and we'll slice into this bad boy. Boom. Boom. Ooh. And there we go. The Apollo Twin. So it is nice and beautiful. We'll go ahead and pull it out of the case. It does got a little weight to it. It feels pretty good. So, again, boom. It's got a bunch of different controls down here on the actual interface. And then when you look at the back side, you see it has 2 line outs. And then it's got, obviously your monitor line outs. It's got a mic input, and then it's got a line in. So I guess it's got a mic line 1, mic line 2. It's also got optical ends, so you can expand it and add more ends. Then it's got the Thunder 3 bolt connection right there. And then you see on the front, it also has microphone jack, and it's got an instrument jack for a guitar. So I'll give you guys what you want. Oh, that was less than satisfying. Let me give you one more. Boom. Sounds lovely. So what else comes in the box with this is the instructions. So I'm going to actually keep the instructions on this one. No, actually I don't need that. Then you get the cord. So you get half the power cord here, and you get the other half here. So this is going to be the brick. So basically, you don't have a wall wart, so you just got the little brick connection that gives you that power. So boom, we got that here. So that's basically everything that comes with the actual Apollo Twin. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get that Thunderbolt 3 cord, but luckily I do have one and it should work, so we will be able to still run through this and hook it up. So give me just one moment as I sign in to UAD site, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm back. Unfortunately, I cannot show you step by step how to set up the Apollo Twin. Might have had some technical difficulties, might have been some user error, might have been a combination of both. But I'm definitely going to show you guys some of the things that I got caught up on. It's just one little thing for M1 users that just threw me all the way off that should have been in the instructions that wasn't there. I don't know if you guys can tell, I have switched over and I am actually using the Apollo now. I'm using it on a Rode NT1. And so this is how it sounds with no preamps. It's how it sounds with no effects. I have no VSTs, no plugins, nothing on there. The only thing I have is a noise suppression on there because the cicadas outside are singing to me and I'm not trying to hear it. So let's go ahead and hop right on over to the website so I can show you the basis of installing this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to come over to Universal Audio. You're going to come to My Account. So you have to create an account to start with. You're going to come to My Account. And then after you go to My Account, you'll probably, if you have nothing, you'll probably have nothing here. So you're going to go to Register New Device. And so then once you go to this screen, it's obviously going to say select your device. You're going to pick out whatever your device is that you have. Since I have the Apollo Twin X Thunderbolt, I'm going to click that. And then you're going to click Begin. So now this is where it gets a little dicey because you have to connect your Apollo Twin. Luckily, again, I had a Thunderbolt cord. But make sure that you plug your Apollo Twin in and you turn it on. And so then once you do that next, it's going to download the software. So I'm not going to download the software again. If you are using an M1 Mac, you're going to have to download this one right here. Obviously, I know it's pretty much common sense. So now once you download it, it's going to hop into a file. And then it's going to tell you to install and restart. Now this is where I got caught up at, and this is what took me forever. Basically, there are some steps that you have to follow. So if you're new to a Mac and you're just getting into the Mac ecosphere and you don't really understand some of the things that are going on, like when you're trying to download plugins and it won't let you do what you want to do because Mac be like, nah, bruh, it's from a developer that we don't know. You can come to this page. So basically, Apple or Universal Audio Support Home, and you're going to come to the Apple Silicon M1 compatibility info. And so there's some extra steps that you have to do in order to download the software and to get everything to work. And so I didn't know this at first because it's not in the instructions. It's not in anything that you're going to see when you're installing. So you're going to keep trying to install. Like I think I tried to install 4 times and I just got super frustrated because it wouldn't, it kept saying no drivers detected. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to shut down your computer. You're going to start it over. You're going to hold the power button or the Mac button to get to the loading startup options. You're going to click options and then you're going to continue. You're going to enter in your password to get you to the next screen. So then after you do that, in Recovery app, you're going to choose utilities, startup security utility from the menu bar at the upper left screen. So it's going to be up here. You're going to click on that. And then you're going to click this right here. So you'll click on the system drive that you want to set the security policy. Then you have to change some things in order for your computer to acknowledge the Apollo. So that was part of the problems that I was having, was that it didn't acknowledge the Apollo. And so I couldn't get the drivers to download. So then once you do that, you're just going to follow these next steps. Click, so just find this page, click security policy, select the reduce security option and enter your password if requested. Check allow user management and kernel extensions from identified developers option, and then click OK and restart your Mac and the changes will take effect. And so that's what you're going to have to do in order to get it to work on the M1 Mac. So then after I got everything loaded up, basically it's going to take you to an offers page and it's going to offer you, some sale prices on some plugins. Ironically, all the plugins are currently on sale. So if you are looking at this Apollo, I did want to bring you guys to the actual where I got it from. I got it from Sweetwater, and the reason I suggest that you hit up Sweetwater is because they have this deal right now where you can get the Heritage Edition, where it comes with a bunch of plugins, and they're also giving away like, you know, $1,200 more plugins. So you can get started off, and you can get basically, you know, a Helios preamp, EQ collection. You can get a Century channel strip, the Oxide tape, which is fire, LA3A EP, and you get auto tune. So you can't beat that. That just comes with it for free if you get it by a certain date. It looks like by September 30th now at this point. And then the actual Heritage Edition is going to come with all these plugins as well. So it's going to come with the LA2A, which everybody obviously loves that compressor. It's going to come with the UA 610, a UA 1176. I mean, you guys can see all this stuff on the site. So you get going and you get a good start. And so when you look here at my library, I got a nice little starter plugins, and I haven't bought any yet. So you know, obviously you're getting this interface to use the plugins, and you get 3 different preamps. You get the LA, you get the LA2, the LA3, Oxide, you know, you Pultic, you get a bunch of good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do some test over the next couple days. And then I'm going to come back and I'm just going to give you guys some tests with some different preamps so that you can hear the difference between what this just sounds like without the preamp. And then I'm going to let you hear what it sounds like with the stock preamps that you get. And then just maybe a couple of effects on there, but I'm going to give you some rapping, and I'm going to give you guys some talking so that you can, you know, with your own ear decide if this is something that you want. So again, I'll be back. All right, guys, so right now you're taking a look at the Apollo Twin X. And as you can see, I am currently using it to record the audio for this video. So as you look to the left, you do have your mic volume. And as you look over here to the right, this is the current headphone volume. The orange in the middle is the gain going into the microphone right now. So, you know, you can turn the knob and it'll control that gain for you. Another thing that's pretty cool is if you push this little preamp button, it'll change from channel 1 to channel 2. So it'll change from the channel that you're controlling with the line coming in, whether it's microphone channel 1 or microphone channel 2. And you can control that volume separately. So you see how I can turn that up. And then if I push the preamp button again, it'll take me back to the original volume of channel 1, or I can toggle back into channel 2. So it's a pretty easy way to get back and forth from channel 1 to channel 2. The same over here with the monitor. If I push this monitor button, it'll toggle back and forth between the monitor and the headphones. So I'm going to leave the headphone level as it is, and then I'm going to turn this all the way up. But you see, if I turn that up, it doesn't change the headphone level. Make sure that you do pay attention to where you leave the monitor level at last, because you'd hate to turn on your monitors and blow a speaker. So next, you'll see here is a menu. If I push this preamp button, it takes me to menu number 1. If I push the monitor button, it takes me to menu number 2. So we're going to go ahead and go to the first menu. And if I push this input button, it's going to take me to the line in. And so then it's going to basically change it from the mic to a line in, which would be your instrument or your synth or whatever that you're running in, whatever instrument that you're running into the preamp. So I'm going to push the button and the mic's going to pause for 1 second. All right, so you see how that changed from mic to line. Right here, we have a high pass filter. So you can turn that on and off. Next, we have phantom power. I'm going to go ahead and leave that on since I'm using the microphone currently. Next, we have a negative 20 dB pad for the microphone. This right here controls your phase in case you're having phase issues. And this right here links channel 1 and channel 2 together so that you can control both of them together. I'm not going to push that button though. And then next I'm going to go ahead and click this monitor button. And when you hit the monitor button, right here you have a talkback button. So you can talk back to the person in the booth using this microphone right here. I'm not really going to push that because obviously I'm talking into the mic. This dim will dim your monitors, but you have to control this in the UA software. This is switches from mono to stereo so that you can monitor in mono through your monitors. And then you have a mute button right here as well. So let's go ahead and hop into some of the software and I'll explain some of that for you as well. All right, guys, so here we are off into the UAD console. It's basically its own standalone software, so you don't have to have a DAW open in order to use it. So you can basically use it in OBS or Streamlabs or whatever program that it is that you want to use it in. It's basically a big mixer where you can add your plugins and your effects, and you can control the volume and everything like that. We'll just go over a few things. I've only, like I said, had it for a couple of days, so I haven't gotten to dig all the way in yet. But you have your overview, your inputs, you have your inserts. So your inputs will show basically what you have in for your preamp, your unison, and then the inserts will show the plugins that you have there, and then you have your sins as well. So we'll go back to overview. You have your remove right here, which is pretty cool because it makes it easy to just bam, tap on that and you can remove whatever insert that you have. You can copy your inserts over to the next channel. You can isolate certain things. You got clips, solo, your settings where you can you change your sample rate, your clock source. You can assign your SP diff. All that other stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then over here is very important where you see your UAD record versus monitor. So you see how it's got a red dot right here next to record. That means that it has basically printed it onto this channel. So everything that I record or everything that I say out, so that right now, that effect you guys can hear. But if I turn it on UAD monitor, you can't hear that compression or I guess expander anymore. And so it'll show blue right here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to record so it can be back to how it was. And then you'll see here, you got a few more things. You got your control room. So remember I was telling you about dimming the monitors earlier. If I push this button, it turns the dim on the actual interface and you can see the it change. That's another cool thing about this too, is whenever you change like monitor volume or stuff like that, in the actual console, you can see the change on the interface as well. So that's just, another cool thing that we like to see when things match up with each other. And so I'm going to show you how simple it is to throw some, some plugins on there. So, let's throw some auto tune on there. Typically don't mess with auto tune, but since they gave it to me with the interface, I'm going to go ahead and throw it on here. I can't sing a lick, so you guys are going to be tortured with this one. Let's go ahead and throw a reverb on here as well. So let's find us a reverb. We'll go with the Real Pro. And so this is how this is going to sound. So, we'll hit them with the, oh, yeah, I can't sing. And so it's just that simple, and then you'll look down here too at the UAD meter. And so that's taking up 45%. So I could still throw a bunch of more plugins on there, 4 or 5 more plugins on there. So let's go ahead and remove that. And just like that, bam, bam, they're gone. So now we're going to go ahead and hop into FL Studio. When you hop into FL Studio, I do have, I just recorded a few takes because I wanted you guys to hear what it sounded like. I have a take with no pre. I have a couple takes with different pre's, whether it's the Helios, the UA610, A and B, and the Avalon. Then I'm going to let you hear what it sounds like processed, and then a little bit with the beat. I want to show you this real quick though. With process, I didn't really mix it down or nothing like that. I just only threw a CLA vocals on there. So, it was just a really basic, just to see what it sounded like. But with the effects, you'll see you can use all the effects here as well too. So as long as you have your interface hooked up and that's what it's running through, it will be able to register that and you can just add the effects and use them there. So it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple to use them. But I'm going to go ahead and play this vocal without any effects on there, and just with the interface so you can see how clean it sounds. So let's go.
Yeah, had to stop, look, and listen. Had a game plan, but mommy on a mission. Told me shoot my shot, so I ain't missing. So I threw a line in the water, went fishing.
So that's what you get without a preamp on there. Here's what the Helios sounds like.
Yeah, had to stop, look, and listen. Had a game plan, but mommy on a mission. Told me shoot my shot, so I ain't missing. So I threw a line in the water, went fishing.
All right, and so then this is what the Avalon sounds like.
Yeah, Had to stop, look, and listen. Had a game plan, but mommy on a mission. Told me shoot my shot, so you know I ain't missing. So I threw a line in the water, went fishing.
All right, and so now I'll play it with some effects on there, and then I'll play it in the actual beat so you can hear how it sits in the beat as well. So.
Yeah, had to stop, look, and listen. Had a game plan, but mommy on a mission. Told me shoot my shot, so you know I ain't missing. So I threw a line in the water, went fishing.
All right, so that's just with some basic CLA vocals on there. So it's not even like, it's, I didn't really throw my normal vocal chain on there. I didn't mix it down or nothing. Just threw something on there so I can let you hear it for the demonstration. So now I'll go ahead and I'll just play the vocal. So I'll just let it run.
Had to stop, look, and listen. Had a game plan, but mommy on a mission. Told me shoot my shot, so you know I ain't missing. So I threw a line in the water, went fishing. Told her knock on wood if she had a superstition. She went with her gut and used her intuition. I call her Candy Girl cause she was my new addition. Threw caution to the wind like what's an inhibition. She told me she wasn't hurting me, told me to move with urgency.
So in my opinion, I think that it sits in the mix pretty well. I like the way that this interface sounds. So basically, another thing that I do want to speak on is the clarity in the headphones. Like, again, I was using a UR22 Steinberg, and that's comparable to like, your Scarlett Focusrite or whatever it is like that. And like the difference in sound and not only recording with the same microphone and listening through the interface with the same headphones and the same monitors, it's like night and day. It's like I can hear highs I never heard before. I can hear lows that I've never heard before. I can hear all kinds of stuff. The AD conversion, which stands for audio or analog to digital conversion, is wonderful on this, So my only con with this interface is that they don't give you a Thunderbolt 3 cord. That's trash. UAD, y'all gotta do better. How y'all not gonna do the bare minimum, which is give us the cord that we need to hook up this interface that we just spent all this money on to our computer? Y'all gotta do better than that. But other than that, though, I'm not going to lie. Everything else is a pro for me. I really do like this interface. I love the way that it sounds. I love the way that it sounds when you record into it. I love the way that it looks. I love the way that it feels. I love the features, the functions, the UAD console, the plugins that you get with it. I would definitely recommend this interface here to anybody who is looking to upgrade and go to the next level with their interface. It is definitely worth it. Let me know below in the comments what you guys thought about it and how you think it sounds. Let me know what interface you guys have as well. I'm interested to know that, and let me know which one that you'd want to get if you're going to get an Apollo. I'll also give you guys maybe some content with some Luna, maybe some tutorials and stuff with that. But make sure if you guys like this content, though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.
Hit the key.